Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Eugene Nicandri. I'm the acting chair of the Joint Governance Committee for the New York Power Authority and the Canal Corporation. The chair, Trustee Kress, has been excused. Member of the committee, Pasenti, has also been excused. I'm welcoming the members, other members of the committee, the chairman of the board, Kamel, and Trustee Trainer. Also like to welcome the staff and other members who are present. This meeting has been duly noticed under the open meetings law of the state of New York. And I call the meeting to order. Ask any committee members if they have any amendments to the proposed agenda that's been previously circulated. If not, I'd ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
The agenda is approved. Next on the agenda is a motion for executive session to discuss the employment history of a particular person under the 105 of the Public Officers Law. I'd ask for a motion to do that in a second.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Go into executive session. I'd like to have a motion to resume the meeting in open session, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. On the consent agenda that the committee adopted, there was committee appointments made by the chairman of the board. I'd like a motion to adopt the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
And seconded.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. On the discussion agenda, I'd like to call on Joe Grislow. Joe?
Yes, good morning, Judge Nicandri, Chairman Como, Trustee Trainer. I'm pleased to provide you with an update on two key components of NYPA's Ethics and Compliance Program, which includes the Canal Corporation activity as well. First, on the ethics side, I'd like to give you a summary of the 2018 caller activity with the Employee Concerns Line, which is the outsourced 24/7 mechanism for receiving allegations, complaints, and inquiries. There were over 15 communications of various types through the hotline during 2018, including a total of 12 allegations and complaints, 11 emanating from NYPA, 1 from the Canal Corporation. In terms of locations, the complaints and allegations represented workplace conduct at the Power Authority's headquarters, the Niagara Project, and the St. Lawrence Project. These matters were predominantly employee relations issues, disputes, if you will, between colleagues, matters of supervisory direct report, performance issues, some discrimination concerns, and collective bargaining agreement issues that arose in the labor context. Each of these matters were investigated by the appropriate work group, including Human Resources Employee Relations, the Office of Civil Rights and Inclusion, Internal Audit, and my office, Ethics and Compliance. We also leveraged our Information Technology Department and Physical Infrastructure Security groups for information gathering and data support. None of these matters were found to be substantiated and were reported back to the appropriate individuals. It's important to note that this Employee Concerns Line is but one vehicle for raising issues at the Power Authority and the Canal Corporation. Most of the complaints or allegations come in directly through concerned employees. They may come in through line management or internal audit. Employee relations or civil rights and inclusion may receive an issue, and we collaborate among ourselves to determine which office is most appropriate to address it and who will support it going forward. On the compliance side, we have a process for maintaining an electronic inventory of all mandatory reports that the Power Authority and Canal Corporation is required to prepare and submit to third parties. As you may expect, there are hundreds of such reports that are required by statute, regulation, or other applicable standards. These reports are generated by the appropriate compliance owners in the respective business units. We have a procedure and a process annually whereby my office checks back with these subject matter expert compliance owners to ensure that the appropriate reports have been prepared and submitted in a given calendar year, and that the plans are in place for the next required report. This also covers mandatory training that is mandated upon the Power Authority or Canal to be provided to not only the trustees but all officers and employees. We track that in a similar fashion. We're now in the first quarter, obviously, and many of these mandatory reports are due at the close of the first quarter, and some of which are coming before the full board at the March annual meeting. These primarily cover public authorities law, mandatory reporting, the 2800 report, which has a subset of financial, operational, and employee and officer-related information. Are there any questions?
Joe,
That's
in
a good
terms,
report, Joe. Thank you.
one question, Joe, in terms of the employee concerns, your confidence level that the organizational environment's conducive, receptive, open, that you're hearing all that you need to hear and should hear, obviously with all the appropriate sensitivities to harassment and other concerns, you're comfortable that not only do we have good reactive processes in place, that we've got appropriate proactive processes and or have a workplace environment that's conducive to ensure we know what we need to know?
I am confident that we have that environment and that culture at the Power Authority. Employees are very open about raising concerns. I view the employee concerns line as the as the vehicle of last resort. I would be more concerned if we were receiving more activity through the concerns line. That would tell me that the population is not comfortable raising concerns directly with the appropriate offices, and that they felt they would have to go outside and perhaps anonymously in order to have their issue vetted. So most of our activity does come from within, and each of the offices that I've referred to has an open door policy and established procedures for raising issues. So I do believe that there is a culture of open communication, and more importantly, these matters are fully investigated and closed out.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
Canals?
No, thanks, Joe. Next. Hello?
Yep,
Tip.
that's it. Okay, I guess we can go to the next meeting, Judge?
Okay, the next meeting of the committee is scheduled for March 6th by video conference. I'd ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Committee meeting is adjourned. Thank you.